Okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible guys.
Down,
Have
down.
a rough day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole. and just,
I want to eat
He
this.
said, a tuna casserole. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man.
Hello, Poppets.
Y'all know what it is. This is JJ and Nat Reacts, man. And today, what we got for you guys is Bill Burr. Is there no reason to hit a woman? So,
That's a lethal title right there.
I mean, it's something, so, it's our first time looking at this, and we gonna just, I don't know, we just gonna react to it, let y'all know.
We're gonna dive in and we're gonna dissect this thing.
Yeah,
we're gonna
man.
react to this right here because that's a very, very ballsy title, I just gotta say. So
Is there no reason? Not is there any reason, so you mean to tell me no matter what they do, don't hit them?
I truly believe that, I'm a believer in never say never.
Hit you with the why I oughta.
I'm just saying, it depends on the circumstance, depending on what's popping, because there's some out of hand situations. I'm not saying that it's right for anybody to put their hands on anybody. However, if you're defending yourself, if there's a time where you're just thinking about choking her.
You're right. And what if she kidnapping a baby? You can run and drop kick her.
That's true.
You know
and nothing wrong with that. There are certain situations, it's an emergency, so hey.
Hi-ya.
Never say never. You never know. I'm not condoning violence, though. You can take that.
So, if you guys are new to the channel, go down right now, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, man, so you get updated every time that we go live with another video, man. And let's get into it.
You know what the maddest she ever got at me was? One time she was watching this show, it was like a poor excuse for The View, and they started talking about domestic violence, right? For the 9 millionth time this year, they're talking about domestic violence, just in case, you didn't get the memo, Evidently, just some people didn't get it. It's not okay to slam your wife's head into the cupboard drawers because she didn't dry the can opener off properly, It's gonna fucking rust, right? How do you not know not to do that shit? Do they really have to keep talking about it? It's like wife beaters watching. Oh, fuck! Ah! Now I get it. Upset daisy, sweetheart. Here we go. There you go. Oh.
We're not supposed to be doing that.
So at the end of the hour, they come to the logical conclusion. They're like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head. You could wake me from a drunken stupor, I could still give you like 9. Dude, there's plenty of reasons to hit a woman. You just don't do it. But to sit there and suggest that there's no reason.
Nah, that's not true.
Dude, the level of ego behind that statement. What are you, levitating above the rest of us? You're never annoying?
Gotta be something. See, that's what I'm saying.
Women, how many times have you thought about slapping your fucking guy in the head this week?
Many times.
Yeah.
There you go. Every day. You didn't do it, right? Oh, dude, it drives me nuts. There's no reason. There's no reason. Really? No reason? How about this? You marry a girl, you fall in love, you buy her a house. You go to work every day, paying off the house. You come home one day, she's banging the next door neighbor, hands you divorce papers. You got to move out, sleep on a futon, and still pay for that house that she's going to stay in. No reason.
Not happening at all.
I'm not saying you should do it, but there's plenty of fucking reasons
that you hit her
in that arc of the story.
I'm not saying that you hit her in that situation, but some may want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's
that was a
reason enough
hypothetical.
right there.
Hey, and in the situation.
You want an actual
in
story?
That Tyler Perry movie. The family that prays together.
Okay.
When he smacked her over that counter, when he found out she had an account by another man, had been sleeping with him, he'd been paying for everything, and they had the nerve to get mad. Yeah, had the nerve to get mad I think it was like a quarter.
Much like you ain't man enough, or some she said. She said something crazy to him.
You're not half the man that William is, and all this other junk, and it's like ain't nobody trying to be him,
right?
And that's why they like he exposed her, like that's why he on his lap every night, and he straight slapped her over the counter, and I was like, well, and she had a lot of mouth.
I'll give you one. All right, I fucked up my foot playing drums, trying to get my bass drum foot as fast as John Bonham's, because I figure that's a good thing to focus on. 43 years of age, never married, no kids. I figure this is going to lead me to the light, right? This is what I need to do. So I don't know what I did. I felt like after I played for like an hour, and afterwards I felt like literally like there was some midget stabbing me in the bottom of my foot, right? Like I had lightning coming out of the bottom of my foot. So I did the typical guy thing. I'm like, I'm not going to the hospital.
I'll be good.
Be fine, right? Next morning I wake up, my foot's even worse, and I got to walk my crazy dog. So I'm like, I can't do it. My foot's killing me. So I wake up my girl, go, sweetheart, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you walk the dog for me? Can you just take the shift? You know, I'll do your afternoon shift. Can you just do me this solid? Can you do this for me? And she's just like, oh. You know, I had a late night last night. I'm tired. I have a big day. And I just go, fuck it.
Right, I do it myself.
She goes, what do you mean, fuck it? It's like, why can't you just say no?
Right, just say no.
Why do you always gotta like waterboard me with like a 20-minute explanation that eventually winds its way around to go, fuck yourself. Just say no. Right? So I'm just limping out of the room. Whatever, go back to bed. You got a big day, right?
So I'll just walk myself out.
Down the street. I got like Tourette's.
Fucking
bullshit. Dog's walking next to me.
Oh, he pissed. Wow. He said, I feel your energy, Dad.
Right? I got to admit, I got a little childish. I did. I got a little childish, you know? I was just thinking about my relationship. I'm like, this is the relationship I'm in?
Bro,
You're just going to do whatever the hell you want to do, right? And fuck me? Fine. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. I feel like listening to my iPod on full blast, walking around the house. That's what I'm going to do. So that's what I did. Turned it all the way up, and my whole plan was just to walk by her like I didn't even know her. That was it. She came down the hall. I just ghosted her. Just walked right past her. Just trying to piss her off. And I got to tell you something. Worked like a charm. Worked like a charm. Hung my coat up, turned around. By the time I turned around, she was already yelling at me. But the music was so loud, not only could I not hear her, it actually looked like she was singing the song that I was listening to. Oh, it's one of the highlights of the relationship. So I knew what she was saying. I was like, whatever, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. I'm going on to the computer, right? So I limp over and I sit down, and unbeknownst to me, she's like, no, we're going to talk about this right now. Comes out, poof, and slaps the headphones off my head. Yeah. I got big ears. It fucking hurt. So I'm like, honey, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it.
Chill.
Put the headphones back on. She comes right back up again. Poof, slaps them off a little harder. This time they spin halfway around my head. Caveman DNA starts coming up. Talking through my teeth. Honey, leave me alone. Don't want to talk about it, right? Put him on third time. She comes out, boom, slaps him right across the room, and I snap. I'm like, fine, you want to have the fight? Let's fucking have the fight. She's like, we will discuss this later when you calm down.
Like, nah.
Ah, right there. I just wanted to roll her up on her yoga mat and stuff her behind the couch. Just leave her there until she got thirsty. Come on, let me out of here. I have a spin class. You've made your point. This is ridiculous.
No, I ain't made my point till you're there for 5 hours.
No, that's the thing.
Don't start now, won't be nothing.
Really is. That's the thing. I hate that saying there's no reason. Obviously, I'm not saying to hit a woman, you know. But saying there's no reason, I think that's crazy. When you say there's no reason, that kills any sort of examination as to how two people ended up at that place. If you say there's no reason, whoo, you cut out the build-up, you're just left with the act. How are you going to solve it if you don't figure it out?
How are you going to solve this crime?
Look how awkward it is in here right now. I said you shouldn't hit a woman. I'm just saying, how come you can't ask questions? You can only ask questions about what the guy did. You can never ask about the woman. Why is that?
Sexist.
Why is that? What is that? What does answer him right mean? What does that mean? Are you the idiot who got up halfway through the special during the bit and you're like walking around like I'm not fucking taping a special here? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Fucking had to ignore all of that and now you're gonna like yell out? And not only that, yell something that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Answer him! Answer him! Every fucking special I do, there's always one. Always right down the fucking middle. Talking about hitting women, sweetheart. And I think you just added another reason.
Did you get that?
Jesus fucking Christ. You love this. I'm not even in a relationship with her, and she's fucking nagging me.
Go do your thing, Bill.
Fucking unbelievable. Look, I understand hitting a woman's a bad thing, okay? Well, how come you can't fucking ask questions? I just don't understand. Like, if I get bit by a rattlesnake, wouldn't you guys have some questions?
Right.
Right? How did it happen? Did you not see it? Were you fucking with it? How did this snake get so mad it almost killed you?
Right.
Firemen put out a fire. They don't just drive away afterwards. They sift through the debris.
Figure out what's going on.
How did it start? Here's an oily rag, right? Look, I realize I'm coming off pretty ignorant right about now. I realize that. Let me extend an olive branch then, okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible
break it
guys.
down,
You know,
break it
have a rough
down.
day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole, and just start sweating. All right? I'm not trying to say
the
that
tuna
those people don't
casserole.
exist. I realize they exist. They should be
Heck
buried
no,
underneath
I've
the
been working
prison.
all day. That's
okay?
all I got is tuna
So
casserole.
if I can admit that,
Better get
ladies,
back
can
in
you
there.
at least
Cook me
admit
some
that
food.
every ass
Meat
kicking
and
doesn't just
potatoes.
fall out of the fucking sky?
Oh, God.
Really? Even hockey has 2 minutes for instigating, right? They understand that some back and
Right,
forth
something
happened
happened
before
for
that
it to
shit,
get to this
you know? You know what it is? Is every case is handled like that Rihanna one, where they just say, the guy's a piece of shit, fuck this guy, blah, 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 send him to jail, and then they never ask anything about that. You know, I'm not saying he should have done it, but I'm just saying.
She probably did something.
Just saying. Dude, in your heart of hearts, what do you think was going down before that happened? You think she was just sitting there going, oh my God, Baskin Robbins, you want to get some ice cream? And he fucking...
Definitely was smoking
You know?
fire. Something was going on.
Or do you think maybe they were having some epic end of the relationship fight and some crazy shit was being said? Maybe she was screaming in his ear some crazy female shit like, oh, fuck all your friends, I don't give a fuck. Maybe that's why I sell more albums than you, motherfucker. Right? To be fair, she could have just been sitting there going, I need a tissue. Do you keep those in the glove box? Oh my God,
lie.
oh my God.
Nope.
He just saying, you
I
know,
don't believe it.
Either way, you know, you got people that do crazy stuff.
No, fuck that, because you know what it is? They never address how women argue, which I think is a core of a lot of that shit. You know? And I gotta tell you something, man. Like, I never knew how women argued, but after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued.
Hello, Bill.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around. I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it. But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about. Maybe you don't get along with your dad. And in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed, this desperate Hail Mary attempt
Hail Mary.
to make you so fucking mad, you just call him a cunt. That's what it is. And cunt trumps all the bullshit they did to start the argument. Now it's not about that. Well, that's no reason to call me a cunt. And then that's it. You're in this room now, right? My girl knows my big thing is, my big fear in life is to be that dude who grows old, you know, grows old alone, has like that basement apartment, just screaming up at the younger couple, turn it down! That isn't music! So I noticed that anytime she was losing a fight, out of nowhere, she'd just be like, well, that's why you're just gonna grow old and be alone. Then I'd lose my shit. The next thing you know, I'm in the kitchen washing dishes for the 9th fucking time in a row. This is what the argument was about. I was so right. What happened? So if you learn anything from my ignorance tonight, just know this. Next time you're in a battle with your beautiful woman, your wife, girlfriend, whatever, and they start out of nowhere, okay? You're winning, and they just start saying that crazy shit out of nowhere. Just know in that moment you've won the fight, okay? All right? Don't get mad. Bob and weave, slip all of that shit. Maybe because you got a little dick. Just let that slide. Stay in the pocket of the argument. Okay? It's over. The argument is over. You've won. Just take a knee and run out the clock. All right? Yes. Lean on the ropes. Let them punch themselves out. And then in the end, you throw their psychology right back at them. Well, maybe we should discuss it later when you calm down. And they won't hook up with you for a couple of days. Who cares? Who cares? You rub one out. Rub one out like a man. It's the champagne of victory.
Oh my God.
Stupid.
That's the best quote in that whole thing.
So
wow. That's crazy.
It is.
That visual is like just jarring. I love it. That was hilarious. Yeah. That was funny. And like as a woman, I didn't take it offensively in an offensive way anyway. I feel like I've always loved comedy and like I appreciate, you know, different perspectives. And I don't think he was coming off in a way that was like, you know, oh yeah, I'm making fun of, you know, like domestic violence and disputes. You know, I mean, you know, at least he was keeping it real. And like Amber Heard, who's a victim of domestic violence apparently, and she's very serious about it and very adamant about giving whatever donation that she concocted in her mind that's fake, that's not really going towards that. But yeah, anyway, so thank you, Bill Burr, because I appreciate your humor. You made light of the whole like heaviness of it, and it was funny, it was honest. The communication was honest about how women and men communicate with each other, and women tend to, like, you know, like hubby said, women do tend to go below the belt, and we verbally spar well. And that's the problem a lot of times, because when we hit below the belt and we say something that we know is going to punch him right in the gut, then they're like, okay, you know, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm just going to go all the way off. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that is something we tend to do. A lot of this was true. All of it was funny, and it was honest. So, I loved it. It was hilarious, and I can't wait to watch more of this because it's so funny.
Just can't sit up there and just say whatever. You know, because if it's an argument and it's two males arguing and they going back and forth, and then somebody feel like they're disrespected by what the other person said, then you know, when it's two dudes, it's gonna be a fight or something like that. So I think a lot of situations, and then it depends on the person that you with, the female that you with, or you know, your wife or your girlfriend or your significant other or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Right. Especially if they know the kind of dude that you are. If they know that you're not gonna do nothing to them, or they know that you ain't gonna do nothing, they'll get in your face all day long. Right,
of course, which is also wrong, provoking somebody to anger. That's a sin. You should never do that. And you know, I appreciate the fact that like you know, he's coming from a place where it's like from a guy's mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a perspective on how you guys see things during disagreements or difference of opinion. And you just get to see like how different it is compared to a woman's thoughts. You guys genuinely have your own way of thinking. You don't think like women do, and women don't think like men do. And so, you know, sometimes that unfortunately causes a communication barrier, but it doesn't have to be if you keep it real, like Bill Burr, because he was keeping it 100 and authentic, and I appreciate that because it made sense to me. And like I agree with that whole Rihanna thing. I love Rihanna. I think she's absolutely incredible, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely completely intelligent, and a top amazing businesswoman. But I do think there's more to that story. I mean, it was like one of the biggest headliners in, it seemed like, music history. Definitely.
At that time, definitely.
At that time, and it still follows. Like, that's what they incorporate with Chris Brown pretty much all the time. Yeah. They may not say it, but it's like an unspoken.
Yeah, it's in the back of their mind.
Yeah, it's like an unspoken stigma he has on him. And I definitely don't think that it was just him. He did come from a background of domestic violence, and he did, unfortunately, repeat the cycle, which is very common. But I don't think that Rihanna was 100% clean because she's not no punk. She's an island girl. They're feisty. They can get those, you know. Yeah, I'm an island. You know what? That video really bothers me. But, you know, I'm just like, really? Island boy? Okay.
Yeah.
It bothers me. So whatever. But I definitely think there's two sides to that story. I definitely think that Chris Brown's side was completely ignored, completely just, completely put to the side, and people turn a blind eye to everything that he experienced, which
now,
I don't
do
think
you
is
think
fair.
that people would have asked more questions and wanted to know what happened if she wasn't hurt the way that she was? Yeah, I think her lip was busted, her eye was closed, he really hurt her. So what if that situation she came about, that situation happened, but he that of the effects and the marks that were left on her wasn't there, and it was something,
Her word against his.
Yeah, would it be more talked about, or does it, because you automatically think, oh, female, male, stronger, whatever the case is, all of that stuff. So
I hate to say it, I definitely think the photographs of the attack solidified her case, and 110%. They were super public. It blew up super fast, and people were super shocked because they were like the it couple of,
they were young,
the industry,
killing the game together,
killing the
at that
game,
point,
making crazy money in the Lamborghini, in the Ferrari, in the everything that you could think of, with the heightened success that anybody would not even be able to fathom in most circles. And I think it just became, it was just even more shocking. So I think that, yes, the picture solidified it and made her case even more concrete and shocking, and gave that factor of being able to give her more of pull in the case, because he didn't have photographs of himself being beaten. He didn't have photographs of himself being scratched or his eye being bloodied or anything like that. Now, if I were him and she did those things to me, I would be taking photographs as much as I can.
We're
but we
not
don't know
saying
if
that
happened.
even happened. So
Right, we
we
don't
have to
even know if
we
he
gotta
had
keep
those.
that perspective. We don't know if
Right.
she did anything to him. We don't know if it was an argument. We don't know. We're just
Right.
we're just diving deep with this, and this is not all true. This is all hypothetical. We're not saying that she did any of this or he did more, or we're not saying any of
because
that.
we weren't there. We weren't
just
in that car.
about when it comes to male and female situations and domestic violence, and
we weren't in that car.
At the end of the day, is keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, I
Keep your hands to
agree.
yourself.
I agree. That's not love.
It's easier said than done when you get pushed to your limit and everything like that. And that's another reason why you need to get to know these people before y'all all of a sudden y'all lovey-dovey and boyfriend and girlfriend and seeing each other all the time when you really don't even know this person for real. So
Right. Yeah.
So hopefully everybody that's out there that's in a relationship, y'all are happy and healthy.
Yeah.
And not at home knocking each other upside the head.
I hope not, because I really think that Chris Brown would have had a softer blow if he would have had more on his side. And he just had everything against him. And he was a male, which is already against him. He was a black male, which is 2 strikes against him.
What if it was, she didn't have nothing wrong with her, but everything that was wrong with her was wrong to Chris Brown. So Chris Brown was the one that busted lip. Chris Brown was the one that was all messed up. Do you think that her career would have taken a plummet the way that his did?
That's
because
the
when
question
that
I can't
happened,
answer.
he lost
I don't know.
endorsements, all kinds
Everything.
of stuff,
Money, tons of money.
I'm pretty sure he had a lot, because at that point, he was skyrocketing, and when that happened, it just boom, and that completely stopped
everything.
Stopped and knocked him down some.
Yeah.
So
he was going to be like Justin Bieber status.
yeah, he was gonna, man, he was huge, man.
Like that kind of money,
Yeah,
300 mil,
he was
400
doing his
mil,
thing, so.
because he's just so talented. He's an all-around
Yeah.
artist. But I just think that is so tough to say. I really genuinely don't think that that's something that can be answered, because although we see him, he's being abused, this and that. I don't know. A lot of people really are stuck on the gender.
Yeah, are you a man? Suck it up.
The woman being the weaker vessel, the man being stronger physically, and which is why they're having so many problems with the Olympics and all these things. Like, we have somebody that's transgender that's competing against the other women that's a transgender woman, and their physical ability is 2-3 times more powerful than the women they're competing against, and they're winning. So it's kind of like people are feeling some type of way about that. So there's just so many questions left unsaid or to be answered, because you don't really know. It could have went either way. It could have went that Chris Brown, oh, he's such a victim, she's crazy, she's this, we're gonna take this away from her. Or they could have said, well, I mean, we don't really know all the facts.
Hey, take it on the chin, young fella. You'll be all right.
It happens.
Dust yourself off and keep going.
It happens. Look at Johnny Depp. He's always been he's been at the height of his career for some decades now. So, I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen in a minute. When you get with a certain type of person and they can make you look in a certain light, anything can be created. Yeah. Anything, and whether you did it or not, and especially with the gender differences, unfortunately. So there's a lot of issues there with that. There is.
So, man, let us know what y'all think, man. Is there any reason to hit a woman? Is there any reason to hit a man? Vice versa. At the end of the day, like we said, y'all, keep your hands to yourself, man.
We do not condone domestic violence.
Not at all, man. We're married, we're together, we love each other. So,
yes.
That's how we want to see everyone and every couple. So,
love each other.
Again, man, if you all like this upload at any point, man, leave us a like, comment, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, man, and that's all we got for y'all on this, man.
All right, we appreciate y'all.
We're out.